We're live.
We are live.
You're still alive. You're still alive.
I'm still alive. Dude, let me tell you, this has been, as far as scares go, pretty nice. I'll take it. I may eat these words later, but so far so good here
Nice
at
and
room
quiet.
505. It's quiet. It's too quiet. Sorry, I'm playing with my light here. It's quiet. It's too quiet.
Are you playing with the light, or was something else playing with the light?
Well, I don't. Hey, what the? No, it was me. All right, sorry. Yeah, hey, I'm coming at you from the haunted Hotel Savoy in downtown Kansas City, and the vibe is pretty chill. I'm in room 505, which is, as Jamie has told us about here in Spookin' and Slayin' at the Savoy episodes, this is a legendary spot.
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about that, but before we get started, I am a man of my word. So as you can see, here's my cocktail. It's a quirky from Boulevard.
The killer cocktail. He didn't
There's my killer cocktail. Right
and
there,
by
baby.
the way, I'm having just a simple Gibson martini here, and I had one at the bar earlier too. After we rehearsed, I went down and I think her name is Reese. Lovely bartender, very smart, knows how to make a martini, and you know that is the quickest way to this man's heart. Anybody who knows how to make a martini. She didn't try to dump a bunch of pickle brine in it. She didn't like. Anyway, I won't go on. I know that's ugly when I do that, but I'm a very much a martini snob.
All good. So yes, to refresh people's memory, room 505 is considered the most haunted room in the Hotel Savoy.
Indeed.
It is purported to be the ghosting room of a Betsy Ward, who, according to various sources, either died of natural causes, died of murder, died of suicide, died of something in that room in the bathtub. And that's where people have seen things in that bathtub. Now, Alex, you have to tell people, you showed me the room a little bit before we went on. There's no bathtub anymore.
I feel very safe now. There's no bathtub.
It's gone.
Just so you know,
only all the people who'd been haunted had thought, if we refurbish this room,
a little home improvement will get rid of, they moved all the tombstones, and also the bath fixtures, but not the bot. No, anyway, no, I was going to say that's gone. The room, if you want to see the room, what I did when I got off the elevator, I recorded like every footstep to room 505. Came in, you walked in and saw it when I did. Everybody go to Facebook right now, going to Killing City, you can see it. And it's not a big room. And I have neighbors over here for sure. So if I hear any noises over here, I'm ascribing that to my neighbors because I've met them on the elevator going down to dinner earlier. But yeah, there's no bathtub. So what are you going to do?
I guess wing it. That's what we're doing because we're live.
We are live, yes.
Whoever T is, somebody named T has already said, I don't know who you are. I'm happy to read your comments, but T, I like the fact that you have skulls and you've got Ghost, and I also like Rita is not a meter maid. That's cute, but do you know, is it Mr. T? Who is this person? I don't know.
Lawrence Tiro is here? What?
It just says T.
Hang on a minute. I don't have the chat screen.
I have the chat up.
Let me go. Here we go.
And then,
hey, let's look at check-in when I made my way into the room.
Floor.
Mike said the chat is kind of dead. Well played, Mike.
Rita is not a meter maid. Somebody's saying
lovely Rita. Anyway, so real quick, so 505, Alex's room. There was a handgun that was when they renovated that room, and they actually found a handgun
in the
in the
wall.
walls.
Yeah.
I have that confirmed from the person who found it, and then they put it down in the lobby as a showpiece. And somebody, of course, being Kansas City, stole it.
Somebody stole it. I love that story.
But while we're waiting to kind of get in, so 505, obviously, this is where Betsy Ward purportedly is going to haunt Alex and scare the bejesus out of him while I'm soundly asleep at my house. But also down on the fourth floor, there is supposed to be a Victorian girl that wanders around named Shannon. So I mean, when you get out, Greenwood, go down on the fourth floor to see if you see her, and then obviously down on the second floor, when we talked about the murders, there was the poor night guy that was murdered there in 1990. There's some spooking on the second floor too. So lots of spooking. Lots of people have reached out to me. I did not look for people that would tell us about their experiences. Rather terrifying. I am the scaredy cat. That's why I'm here.
Well, look, it's a nice room. I haven't got into the bed yet. By the way, we should tell everybody the run of show, so to speak. Here,
Sure.
we have some guests coming up, barring any technical difficulties or ghosts. We'll just say, actually, if there's any technical difficulties tonight, it's obviously the ghost messing with us. It's not because I'm incompetent. Let's just leave it there. But the other thing is that, so what's going to happen? We're going to do this show for the next hour or so, and we want to hear your comments. And we've got some great interviews coming up with people who are alive or dead. No, just kidding, live or on tape, and also, when this is all over, okay, when we're done with this live show, here's what's going to happen. I'm still going to be in this room. And my plan is to, once we get done with this live show, I might go down for a nightcap, and then I'll come back up because I kind of want to reset the room a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I've laid out my toiletries just so. I've laid out certain things to see if they get moved. But I have an EMF detector. I have some cat balls, which I'll show you. Yeah, I know, right? They were so mad when I took them.
Excuse me?
Well, just have to tune in. So I have those. What I will do, so at midnight, I'm going to be doing some ghost testing, some ghost hunting, testing type things. And that will be fun, I think. So what will happen then after the show's over here, around midnight, I'll be back. So what's going to happen? How are you going to see me at midnight? This link you're using to watch the show here is not going to cut it. You're going to get a new link. So if you're awake at a quarter till midnight or so, go to the Going to Killing City Facebook page, and I'll put the new link up, and I'll be there, and you can come in and watch, and I will do some ghost testing stuff. So it ought to be fun. And then from there, you never know. I may just come back around 3 a.m. and report if I've had any visitations, anything that couldn't be written off as gas or middle-aged man syndrome or something. So we'll find out. So that's kind of what's going on tonight. But Jamie's like hard out at 8:30 at the latest. He's like, I'm so done.
Tired.
Hey, and we got a guest on already, and I'm so glad she's here. It's Laura Ellis, and I'm going to turn over to Jamie. Hey, Laura, welcome to the show.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
we sure can.
Okay.
So folks that don't know, Laura, every episode that you hear when we start the episode with our little voiceover, that's Laura.
Yeah.
So if you don't know Laura,
me.
I love that voice.
Yeah.
Love it.
And I think my instructions was to use do like you do in your Noor show, like make it sultry, make it thing. And it was so sultry that your brother-in-law asked me, who'd you get to do the voiceover? And I was like, that's your sister-in-law.
He probably thought it sounded like his wife.
Might have been. So Laura, thanks for joining us. So people don't know, Laura and I are kind of related, I guess. Cousins-in-law. I don't know.
Cousins-in-law, that sounds right.
I actually met Laura at her wedding, which is kind of crazy.
That's crazy.
Over 30 years ago. Even how's that possible? We're 35 years old.
I don't like how you're saying that. Sorry, my dog is scratching. Live TV, folks.
Yeah. Okay. So Laura's in Los Angeles. She's a fabulous jazz singer, great performer, has done a lot of shows, and she's a crime analyst, people, for the Los Angeles Police Department.
I am.
So to kind of talk to that's quite the pivot from being a jazz singer.
It is.
So tell us what intrigues you about crime and doing this as a profession.
Well, I guess I was always somewhat intrigued, and I don't know, you might have brought this up at some point in the show over the time period, but your wife and my grandfather was a homicide detective for Kansas City Police Department. So we have that kind of lineage in the family. And, I love doing music and I've done it for so long, but I was looking for a change and I went back to school and I just thought I'll take criminal justice just for fun and kind of led me down that path. I found out about crime analysis and I love it. I love it. It's really fun connecting things and looking for patterns. I love it. So I love music. I love crime analysis. The singing crime analyst. That's me.
I think that's great. So one of the things, so yes, you don't know this, but one of the cases that your grandfather, who I actually knew, you think grizzled detective, you think like he's going to be like a cynical, like every movie you've ever seen. But he wouldn't even curse. He was like the sweetest old man
He was the sweetest man. Yeah.
How did he not get jaded?
I don't know. And I went back and went through all the Kansas City paper archives and gathered every clipping that he was mentioned in. And it's all death investigation and homicide investigation, some pretty dark stuff, but you would have never known it.
Absolutely. So for folks that haven't listened to the October 15th episode that dropped yesterday, the Black Dahlia case is going to be covered on this podcast next month. We're actually going to be doing a live interview with the author because he has tied it, Laura, to a Kansas City murder that happened before the Black Dahlia case in 1941 at 61st and Rock Hill Road.
See, I'm definitely listening to that one for sure. Yeah, I was at our headquarters today, and along the walls they have photos from all, they've got like Charles Manson mugshots, but they had the photos of the Black Dahlia, the people rolling up on that. So I'm excited. That's crazy.
Lauren,
tell crazy.
Us, what is it? Is that it's so legendary? But I wonder if your colleagues, how is it talked about? Is it just like, well, we've all heard about it a million times? Is it still kind of in the upper echelons of, of the profession where people are wondering about it? Tell us the vibe around it nowadays, if you would.
I don't know if it's in the upper echelons being talked about, but certainly we talk about it amongst ourselves, analyst-wise. One of my colleagues and I talk about it a lot. I haven't heard anything more about it. It's obviously brought up in lots of media,
right?
And different it gets a different attention. But it's such a crazy case, and it's got so much mystery around it, and there have been so many would-be suspects over the years that it just keeps people intrigued. So not like officially. There's a lot going on in Los Angeles.
You got nothing better to talk about than the Dahlia case. Come on, it's only like 75 years ago or something. Hey, but I'm curious though. The people who nibble around the edges, pardon the pun, of murder. But you think about that. Sometimes I think the Dahlia case is almost like our Jack the Ripper case, in a lot of ways. I don't know. I was having a lovely conversation with the bartender downstairs here at the Savoy this evening. After I rehearsed for Jamie, I went down and, of course, as I do, ate too much and then drank something or two. I asked her about, the vibe, and she's talking about true crime and how popular it is. And I said, the thing with us is I don't think Jamie and I, either one of us, are dyed-in-the-wool true crime guys. I think we're history guys who have a kind of a true crime kink about us, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm, sure.
Yeah. So I'm just curious, do you get like true crime groupie types hanging around, talking to y'all or trying to talk to you guys, that kind of thing?
Not necessarily talking to us, but certainly there are dark tourist tours in LA that, look at sites like the Black Dahlia crime, not crime scene, but resting place location. Yeah. There's a lot of that goes on. We have a kind of a historic place in LA called the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. And, there's always a lot of events there that are either concerts or have something to do with that scene. But, it's so true crime. It's so popular. You can't help but hear about it in one way or another.
Well, Laura, let me ask you one more question then. Since it's your day job, do you enjoy crime fiction? Do you enjoy crime shows? Do you read books about it? What do you do?
I do, but not as much as I did before I did the work.
Sure.
Right. Guess what? The only podcast I listen to is this podcast because.
Hey.
Well, you do it all day, and then I'm good for crime today. Yeah.
I was just going to say, talk a little bit about before you go your Femme Fatale show. You obviously this is something that you dig, that era.
Totally.
So
Yeah.
what about it do you love? Some and folks, we'll put the recorded version stuff. Laura's website, check it out. It's great.
Yeah.
What do you love about it?
I think I was probably like 13 when I saw Gilda.
Mm.
And I saw Gilda and Rita Hayworth, and I
Yeah.
was like, what is that? How can I be that? And that kind of like was my gateway drug to noir. And it just, I love the themes. I love the shadows, the flawed characters. The music in those movies was amazing. Yeah, and so I put together a show with my husband that was a mix of film and live music. It was the music of film noir.
Mm.
And then we took the movie Detour and he green screened me into it and we recut it to tell a new story. And so the film was the he said and the stage show was the she said, and a little bit of intrigue, a little bit of double cross. And then I got to perform all the amazing film noir music. So it was a lot of fun. It was a labor of love, and I got to be that alter ego that I am not in real life. The
Well,
Gilda.
I got to see the show. It
Yeah.
was fabulous. Although I do
Thank you.
on my music podcast, you'll like this, Greenwood. Somehow we talked about changing wardrobes, and she
Yeah.
asked me,
Oh.
and I was like, I'm a rock and roll dude. It's jeans and a black T-shirt. That was all my wardrobe. But some of those, like your one show, how many wardrobe? You had a million
Yeah.
wardrobe changes. You did a
So
lot.
many. That I don't know what I was thinking when I add all these costume changes. It just causes more stress and more luggage.
Right. So before it
I think I have my closet open a minute ago with all the costumes, but I closed it for you guys.
Oh, that's right. Before you go, what's of all these ones we've done, do you have a favorite of ours? Is there any of these cases that you loved? Or you haven't listened to a single one, have you?
Oh, put her on
I
the
have
spot, why
listened
don't
to
you?
some, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you guys are such good storytellers, and I love a cocktail. But I'm very
There you go.
excited for the Black Dahlia one too. So
Yeah.
are you being haunted at the Savoy tonight, or what's
Well,
happening?
he's supposed to
Have you seen
be.
anything?
Sadly, no. Although I will tell you that I haven't done this official segment yet, but
Ooh.
you really don't want to use this light in a hotel room.
Yeah, he turned the blue light on during
Don't
rehearsal.
do that. Never
and
do that.
I was like,
I mean, the floor, the floor over here. I don't know what happened, and I don't need to know. I really don't. But no, I'm not.
Yeah, not a good idea.
No, I think I'm probably no. But I got to be honest. And I'm being straight up here. The staff at the Hotel Savoy, the moment when Jamie and I started talking to them about us coming up here, they just have bent over backwards for us, and they've been great. So it's been wonderful. But I will feel cheated if I do not get the shit scared out of me sometime this evening.
Yeah, I feel like that's a necessity. But I hope you live to tell the tale.
I watched 1408 last night with John Cusack just to kind of get in the mood here. And so anything less than that's just not gonna do it for me. But hey, Laura, what's your website? Real quick.
Vintage Voice Music.
check her out, people. She's good. She's even slummed with me and show. Greenwood got to see one of the rock
We
and roll
have
shows.
we have a good time. We have
do.
a good time when we're doing the music thing. We get to do a little more of the rock.
Yeah.
Oh, you're great.
stuff.
I've seen you too. I saw you years ago. You wouldn't remember me, but I was. It was like right after Jamie and I became buds. And gosh, Jamie, when was that? What was that bar?
2016. It was the local tap that's out of business, which I could do all the places I played that have been out. Maybe I'm the killer. I just like all these places that I played.
Oh, no.
Well,
that have gone out of
That
business.
was fun. That was a fun one.
It was a good show.
It was.
Yeah.
The energy that night was crazy good, and just seeing
Yeah.
you and Kelly just jamming on the floor, dancing and singing. You guys,
We love to dance.
I remember. I think I said to Jamie, I said, "Are you sure they're not sisters? They are just like,
pretty close."
But we all love Kelly,
Pretty
and we all
close.
love you too, Laura. And we appreciate you joining us here on the show. It's
Yeah,
Absolutely.
my pleasure.
I couldn't
My
believe
pleasure.
it when Jamie said, "Yeah, by the way, I bagged an interview with Laura." I'm like, sweet. So, thank you.
Family. I rope her into all kinds of things she doesn't want to do. Just how it rolls. So
He's a doer.
I am.
He's a doer. He'll drag you in. No,
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
cool.
Everybody remember that the website's vintagevoicemusic.com. Check out Laura Ellis. Her music's fantastic. I've got some of it on mine. Definitely get it on your Spotify playlist. Get it on your Apple podcast. Get on your Apple list. Get some Laura Ellis in your life. You won't be disappointed.
Thanks, guys.
You bet.
See you Christmas Eve, Laura.
Okay.
Take good care, Laura.
Bye.
All the best. Let's see if I survive. All right, here we go. Hey, Ghost Hunters, before we dive back in, just wanted to say a couple of things here. If you love true crime, blurred memories, and stories that haunt long after the curtain falls, you need to check out the Jean Benet game at Unicorn Theater, running now through November 2nd. It's a dark psychological new play about childhood games gone wrong. Literally. When Ray's childhood friend dies, her daughter finds the old game they used to play, based on the Jean Benet Ramsey case. And what unfolds? It's disturbing, intimate, and absolutely unforgettable. Tickets are at unicorntheater.org. Go see it before it vanishes. And hey, Jamie, you know what? I got a clip from an interview I did with Ernie Nolan, who is the artistic director. Can I just show that clip and we just share it with everybody while we'll get ourselves together and recover from the hotness that is Laura Ellis? Let's play that clip real quick for you folks. And there's a longer interview that we frankly couldn't squeeze into the live stream because it's like 15 minutes. But this is a great little taste what you're going to get when we talk to the artistic director and director of this play. He's a great guy. His name is Ernie Nolan, and I'm just looking for it here on my list. Yes, we rehearsed. That's what's sad.
It's because you don't have a producer, man.
I know. You're
doing it all.
Have we mentioned that if people would just consider being a subscriber, we could hire a producer for these things? Shoot fire. I'm looking for it. I know it's on here. Is this it? Hang on a minute.
I hope it's not something else.
Well, that's what she said.
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
Okay, I knew it wasn't it. I was just buying a little time. Let's see, just a second. Hey,
how many martinis did you have?
Just 7. My gosh, what is the big deal? Okay, here we go. Here, Nolan. This episode of Going to Killing City is brought to you by Unicorn Theater. And listen, folks, I know if you're listening to this show, if you love true crime stories, you won't want to miss their upcoming production, The Jean Benet Game. This running October 15th through November 2nd. This new play by Tori Keenan-Zelt is a National New Play Network rolling world premiere that dives into the world of true crime from a completely fresh angle. Think about it this way. It follows Ray, who used to play a childhood game with her friend Molly, a game inspired by the murder of Jean Benet Ramsey. 20 years later, Molly's daughter Hazel discovers their old playbook, pulling Ray back into the game and forcing her to face the trauma, grief, and fear she thought she left behind. But look, why are you listening to me tell you about it when I have the director, Ernie Nolan? Oh my gosh, Ernie, thanks first of all, for joining us here on this spooky night. You are the play's director and the artistic director of the Unicorn Theater. Let's talk about the story, its themes, and why it resonates so much. Welcome.
Sure, thanks. Thanks so much for taking the time to talk, Alex. This is so awesome.
Yeah. Well, the play starts with if you forgive me, it's a chilling premise, but it's a lot of things, right? When people, at least of a certain age, hear Jean Benet Ramsey, it brings a lot up, right?
Instant. And in fact, what is amazing about our production uses 3 different actresses of different ages. There is a 50-something actress, a 30-something actress, and a 14-year-old actress who is playing the young woman in the show, Hazel. And so what is really amazing about rehearsals in the beginning of this process was, again, bringing up the name Jean Benet Ramsey and how much education has had to happen with the 14-year-old actor. But at the same time, everything is kind of new and, as you said, chilling to her. As we've talked about things, as we've talked about the case, as she's done research more, it's been really exciting watching her discover that story that is so, like, everyone knows that time period and remembers the magazine covers and remembers there were even stories on Entertainment Tonight back in the 90s, right, all about Jean Benet Ramsey and what was going on. And so it is a story that is really evocative and really inspiring to this, like you said, chilling story that Tori has created that is influenced by that true crime incident.
Well, it is provocative material, especially for the theater. And I'm just curious, Ernie, how did you approach directing a story that, I mean, to me, it blurs innocence, obsession, and trauma. And I'm just curious how you did it. And I'm wondering, were there some pitfalls you had to avoid, like maybe turning it into simple sensationalism, for example?
Yeah, I mean, to me, what was really important was simplicity And I think when audiences come and see the play, our set is a beautiful, transformative space that also helps what is written as a very cinematic story for the stage. There's 17 scenes that just kind of tumble right after each other. But for the sake of the momentum and for the sake of the storytelling, there are times where one scene ends, someone sits, someone comes through a different doorway, and we're in another total time and space. So for me, it was that flexibility. It was for me also that beauty.
Yeah.
And for me, it was also about telling a ghost story that has no physical ghosts in it. All these characters are haunted by something from their pasts. They are all working through something. And to me, John Bonet helps them work through those things, but John Bonet haunts the story. And so to me, there are these very spectral elements to the story that I think keep attention and keep sort of a ticking time bomb, if you will,
Right.
for this particular world. Because this story is set actually in Farmington, Missouri. I don't know if we shared that with you.
I did not realize that.
Small town Missouri at a Christian school.
Oh, wow.
And so you see the layers of the onion peel off to the past of Ray, as well as what the world Ray has lived in, as well as her friend Molly.
Yeah, the materials I've read about the show, and again, we're talking. By the way, we're talking just a day or two before. Everybody can suspend disbelief all you want, but we're dropping this interview in, Ernie, into this night when I'm staying at a allegedly haunted room at the
Love
Hotel
it.
Savoy. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I got the actual haunted room,
Love
and yeah, so you may be one of my last interviews. Who knows?
it. Sure.
But the spectral nature of it, and did thematically what you're talking about there, did that have some placement in your season when you pushed it? I mean, this is the spooky season.
Yeah, it is the spooky season, and it was a fantastic play by a female playwright that also I felt had meaty, juicy roles for three actresses. One of the characters towards the end of the play talks about, the world just not letting girls get dirty and messy and work through things in life. And the true crime in the story lets them do that. The role playing of the John Bonet murder lets them process things going on in their life. And so that to me was particularly, it's the spooky time of year, but also such a intense psychological sort of thriller that I think is really unique, to have something that has you on the edge of your seat, that is not about violence you're going to witness on stage. And in a way, some of the non-violent things in the play are worse than the violent things.
Man, this sounds fantastic. Let me check myself on this. I want to make sure I understand. So this is a National New Play Network rolling world premiere with other productions happening around the country, hence rolling. What's
Yes.
it like to shape the Kansas City? You mentioned it's taking place in Missouri, but what's it like to shape a Kansas City version of a story that's being told by other theaters in other cities? Do local audiences bring a different energy or interpretation to the material?
Well, first of all, I have to say, we have the great good fortune to have audiences at Unicorn Theater who love new work.
Yes.
That they want to see something new. They don't want to see the regular average sort of fare. They are there for the new and they are there for the juicy. So I would say that is what also kind of attracted me to the play. But the really cool thing about the Rolling World Premiere program is it allows a writer to see 3 different productions of their play during the development of it. So it doesn't feel like it's one and done.
Right.
So we're number 2. And in a way, I feel kind of lucky because I was able to see the first production in Indianapolis, have that feedback about that production, and then begin to kind of use what was learned then in ours. And then there's a third production happening in Ann Arbor, Michigan this spring. So hopefully I don't mess it up. Or, what I think we learn from this particular production may then influence Ann Arbor, Nova Theater in Ann Arbor. But what's really kind of cool about it is it just doesn't feel like, okay, we did this new play, boom, go out into the world.
Right.
Like this is really being incubated over an 18-month period.
Right.
Which is really exciting. And I would say our Kansas City production is very different than the Indiana production, and I think will be very different, again, in the sort of simplicity of set. This is the first time we're experimenting with a couple of monologues being voiceovers in the play. We're also using a strategically placed projection at one point that hasn't been used before. So this is a unique and sort of intrinsically Kansas City production. I'm also excited for the playwright to see like the layer and depth of our acting community
Right.
here in Kansas City and see those performances and see what those actresses are bringing to those roles.
You know, Unicorn has long championed bold, provocative new works, and I just have to ask, a former actor, director myself here, how has the company weathered the post-COVID era? How is it going? Are you obviously you're still taking risks?
Obviously, we are. And obviously, I would say I feel really lucky. You know, I'm the new artistic director. I've just been in the job a year now, but it was really exciting. This summer was the first time our subscriber numbers and member numbers are now to what they were 3 years ago.
Oh, good. Good.
And higher. Like we've had large single ticket sales. Our fall production of Designing Women was the highest attended fall first production that we've had in years,
Wow.
even pre-COVID. So I think people are returning to the theater, and I hope people have been hungry for the theater, especially when Kansas City audiences get to see it first at the Unicorn and before any other theater really touches this play across the country.
Well, since you are relatively new, what do you think of Kansas City?
I love Kansas City. I feel like the kid who's been sitting at the children's table, gets to sit at the adult table now. I've been able to be a guest director in Kansas City at various theaters throughout town. In fact, in 2007, 2008, I was a guest at the Unicorn. But what's wild is now I feel like I'm here, I'm a part of the community, I'm a part of sharing new work with Kansas City audiences, and yeah, being a part of those conversations that our work sparks.
How can KC audiences obviously buy tickets, but how can we support local theater right now, especially productions like this that challenge and provoke? I mean, what would you like everybody to do besides come see it?
Well, after they see it, then tell people they need to see it.
Right.
Because I would say word of mouth really is the strongest advertising tool we have. And
Right.
even if people just post a program or a ticket and that inspires or sparks their friends, or they shoot an email or just put an email blast out like, I saw this awesome play the other night, don't miss it. Because again, John Bonet game is 3 weeks for us. So, hopefully that'll fit into people's schedules in that 3 weeks and people will clamor to see it.
Yeah, listeners, you've done this for Going to Killing City. We have been around for just over 2 years, and you've made us one of the well, if we say so ourselves, more prominent true crime / history podcast in Kansas City. And a lot of it is just you guys doing exactly what Ernie's suggesting here. You're just spreading the word. We understand you can't go out and buy every ticket they have every night. That would be great. But what you really want to do is say, go to the show, post a picture of the program or the ticket and say, this is worth your time and worth your moolah to support this. And what I love, folks, too, Kansas City exceptionalism is what I call it. We always punch above our weight in this city, and to have a theater program that's every bit as good as our football program is huge, right? So I really encourage you to do that. And, I've got one more question for you, Ernie, but I'll just say this first. If you're a fan of dark, twisty stories that make you think, you don't want to miss it. So again, this is going to run October 15th. That's tonight through November 2nd. Tickets and more information are available at theunicorntheater.org. Okay, Ernie, I'm going to have to ask you the inevitable question. I hope you were prepared for it.
Yep.
What is your theory on what happened to John Benet Ramsey?
I have now drunk the Kool-Aid of the latest documentary, and I believe it was someone outside of the house.
Very good. Very good. Because it really, folks, if you're not familiar with this, you got to Google it. I mean, but there's been so many theories, everything from the parents to the brother to, is that documentary, I haven't seen it, but is that the prevailing theory, or is it just
Well, because everyone was cleared of suspicion now, and it's interesting how much the particular documentary goes into what was wrong in terms of the investigation and how things were handled. And again, at the time, it's a really amazing period because John Ramsey was like one of the early venture tech dudes, right? Like he worked for this. I mean, it was $1 billion company that he worked for, and they lived in this beautiful house. And the daughter did beauty pageants. The mother was a beauty pageant. And it's amazing because all the elements are right there. You know, like child beauty pageant queen killed at 6 years old, wealthy, all these things, like all these ingredients that make for such a complex story. And one of the greatest cold cases that has ever happened.
Absolutely. You know? I mean, it's tragic, and I know nobody is trying to be, you know, inappropriate about it, but it happened. It did touch the zeitgeist. It changed the way crime was investigated in a lot of ways.
And pop culture. We would never have had Toddlers and Tiaras without the unfortunate death of John Benet Ramsey. We would never have had, like, that murder has absolutely influenced pop culture and how we even consume true crime.
It's absolutely true. It's one reason why podcasts like this very one are popular, is because people have I don't know how to explain it, Ernie, but people have a hunger for this kind of thing. Some of it's a little bit of a, and my listeners heard me say this before, it's kind of a rubbernecking thing. You're just like, what happened? What? But part of it's also there, but for the grace of God go I. And then others, it's just, they just love a mystery.
Well, and I also think in our day and age where the world seems crazy, to see something and feel like you're participating in it, but trying to make sense of what seems senseless,
right,
is so powerful right now. Right. I think in this moment, like, you know, I feel like the play, the true crime, helps those women process events. And I would say John Benet is not mocked at any point and not used for comedy at all in this production.
Good.
In fact, I think the end feels quite, the end of the play is quite stunning. Spending time with John Benet and Patsy Ramsey, just the way that echoes a future, you know, unsolvement, if you will.
Right.
But I think at this time, I think everyone loves participating in something and processing, trying to understand good and evil.
And by the way, that's one of the tenets of our show, is that we don't talk, actually, we don't generally talk about child murders, child situations. We are a show about lifting up survivors and the victims and their families, and mocking the killers when we can. But here's a case where we don't know who the killer is, and we're making an exception because what you just said, Ernie, that was beautiful. I'm so glad to hear you say that about this case, because when it gets down to it, it's a little 6-year-old girl, but she has come to embody so much more.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it really is, gosh, you know, a symbol of youth, a symbol of the and everything that kind of part of history was about.
The play is called The John Benet Game, and is part of the National New Play Network's rolling premiere program. And as Ernie said, it's going to be doing, it's already been done in one city. It'll be done here, and it'll be done in another place. But I guarantee you, Kansas City, this is going to be the best production, and you need to go see it. October 15th through November 2nd. Tickets are available now at unicorntheater.org. Ernie Nolan, artistic director of the Unicorn Theater and director of the Jean Benet Game, thanks for joining us here at Going to Killing City.
Sure thing. Thank you for this opportunity to talk about, I don't know if you can tell, but I really love this play. So thank you for the opportunity to share my love and passion of it.
Hey, Ernie, if I survive tonight at the Hotel Savoy, I'll be out there seeing the show. Have a good one.
Please do.
Okay, thanks again.
Take care.
Well, there you have it. This episode is sponsored in part by the Unicorn Theater, and we love the Unicorn Theater. You need to go to unicorntheater.org, go see the Jean Benet Game, and let us know what you think. But, you know, people of a certain age, like Monsieur Green and myself, dude, do you remember the Jean Benet case? Stupid question,
it was
right?
huge.
Gosh.
No, it was huge. It was all over everything. It was, you know, it's one of those media capstones that, you know, whether it's the OJ, you know, in the Ford Bronco, or it's this case was huge. It was everywhere. And I think one of the things, since it was never solved, to my knowledge still, it's something that really freaked a lot of people out for obvious reasons.
Yeah, it really did. Well, hey, you know, we've had some moving around. Wondering, do you want to go ahead? Hey, did I do that? I don't know. It's weird when the thumbs up creates a thing. Did you see the thumb up on my?
I did.
All right.
Maybe that was the ghost.
Hey, wait a minute. No, nothing yet. Nothing yet. But by the way, you can see this behind me. It's not the skyline really, but it is. Hey, we had another great recorded guest, and I think we ought to just get to it.
Let's do it.
How many times has Jay Rieger sponsored this show over the past 2 years?
It's at least 5.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's been a lot. We've gone through their whiskey, we've gone through their gin, we've gone through their vodka. So well played on both of us.
That bottle of gin, by the way, let's just say it didn't last more than about 10 days at my house.
So here's a little behind the scenes thing. So
here we go.
I may have been drinking the vast majority of the bottles of booze that have been given to us.
He ain't lying.
Because, as we know, Greenwood lives in the sticks and he drives even further. But this one, when this came up that we were getting the gin, Alex Greenwood came to my house.
I came and got it. I was like, no way, MFer. That's mine. Don't you even open it. And he's like, I'm leaving town. Leave it on your freaking porch. And he did. Because we had banking business for the show, and it was around the corner. Anyway, that nobody cares about that, but yeah, that is true. But Jay Rieger, if you have not been to the Jay Rieger compound, whatever they call it's Electric Park, and then they've got the distillery, and they've got the Hey Club, and they've got
the history, the whole museum part.
And maybe it would just be best for us to stop talking about it and let our guest, that, by the way, thanks for getting him, co-founder of Jay Rieger, Ryan Mabey, joined us. So if I can just find it. So we're going to, Jamie and I'll bow out for a little bit. You've got to hear this interview with Ryan Mabey, though. You just got to hear it. And I don't mean maybe. Here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
Well, I'm trying. Come on now. Oh, here we go.
Ryan Mabey with Jay Rieger and Company. Thanks so much for being a part of Going to Killing City. We want to thank you. You guys have been a sponsor of us several times, but we want to have you on today to talk a little bit of background. But first, Brian, before we get too serious, I'm pretty sure Alex Greenwood is secretly hating you because you're younger than him.
Okay.
Better looking than him.
Are you sure I'm younger than him? I don't know about that.
Well, he may have molted. And you also, how much is your commute, Ryan? How much is your commute from your house to Rieger?
Less than 60 seconds.
There you go. Less than 60-second commute. So, Alex, how you feeling about all that?
Yeah, it's great, man. It's really good. Welcome to the show, Ryan Mabey. It's so glad to hear you. Have you here. Okay, great.
Anyway, so Ryan, thanks so much for taking time. And is there anybody more popular in town than somebody who makes awesome whiskey and gin and vodka? I don't think so. You must love your job.
We got Taylor Swift now, so yeah.
I guess that's true.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay, we'll give you that. But I got to say, one thing about us, Ryan, are you native, KC?
Yeah, I was born and raised just outside of Kansas City in the suburbs, and have lived my whole life here.
I got to ask you, what do you think people don't know about a good martini in this town?
What do I think people don't know about a good martini? I mean, I think that the first thing people should know about a good martini is that it should be made with gin. I mean, a good martini is a gin martini. Obviously, it's evolved, to be a vodka, drink, and into a million different things. And now we have the espresso martini, which frankly, I love. I mean, the espresso martini has become one of the most, popular cocktails on the planet right now. Wow. And it is delicious. But classically, like if somebody says a martini to me, I think gin, I think vermouth, I think ice cold, straight up, lemon twist, olive, the whole 9 yards, like old school.
So Ryan, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about is let's talk about your private stock society that you guys just launched.
Yeah.
How's that going? Tell us the concept behind it. Why did you guys decide to do it? And just kind of give people some background. And we'll put in the show notes how people can join.
There's a lot of layers to how we got to where we are, right? With the private stock society. I mean, it's sort of a kind of convergence of a couple things. So like, we're about to turn 11 years old, in, October. At the end of this month, we'll turn 11 years old. And we've been making whiskey consistently laying down barrels since 2015. And so now we're just starting to get to the point where we have barrels that are turning 10 years old. And we've been ramping up our production every year. And so we're starting to get like a really good amount of like 8-year-old bourbon and rye and 9-year-old. And that's only going to keep growing, with the amount of barrels that we're sitting on that just keep aging. And we've also during that time discovered some things that are really cool and unique about our space where we're at down in the East Bottoms, and the climate down there and the way that the whiskeys are maturing in the cask. And so we're really excited because we're at this point where we can start to put out a lot of really amazing high-end delicious whiskeys that are 8+ years old. And we wanted to do that for our biggest fans and supporters that have supported us from the day that we relaunched this brand back in 2014. And so we're starting it right now by creating this kind of members VIP group where they're going to have first access to these new releases as they start to come out. And it'll be a little bit at first, and then it'll start to grow and get bigger over time. But we really wanted to reward initially the people in Kansas City that have supported us from the beginning and help us get to where we are.
Oh, it's great. Look at Greenwood trying to figure out if he has enough money to join. He's like computing in his mind.
Hey, I'm down there like at least every like twice a month already. Okay, but that's the thing. How much the J. Rieger brand loves and respects the history of Kansas City.
Yeah, I mean it's everything about our identity and our brand and our story, and it's connected to Kansas City's roots going back to 1887, and that's why we brought it back. When I accidentally kind of stumbled onto the story of this brand and realized that it even existed, I had no idea at the time. This is back in 2010, so this is like 16 years ago, 15, 16 years ago that I discovered that it existed. And then came to realize it was a huge brand in Kansas City prior to Prohibition. We were the largest mail order whiskey house in the United States, shipping our products from coast to coast. It was a really big, really successful business, which then led to the Rieger Hotel being built in 1915 and the expansion of the business and everything. And then unfortunately, Prohibition, put us out of business, and it lay dormant for 90 years until I came across it and decided to make an effort to bring it back, and then partnered with Andy Rieger, the great 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 grandson of the founder, and he and I, joined up to bring it back from the dead. And so it's got this really rich history and connection to Kansas City, and it's really a point of pride for us as a brand to be able to bring it back and showcase, making good whiskey, good spirits, and showcasing good hospitality here in Kansas City.
I have to say, I'm a part-time musician. I've actually played at your space for a private wedding. And
Nice.
as a musician, I love how much you guys have embraced music.
Hmm.
Not only the fact that you have Electric Park, obviously, but all the jazz, DeAndre Manning, who's, I think is the best bass player in town. There are a lot of great bass players in town, but I've seen him down there in the Hey Hey Club. And the Hey Hey Club,
Oh,
that's
love the Hey Hey Club.
it's calling back. There were all these great jazz clubs that if I could get in a time machine, Ryan, I would love to go back and see that, or the Reno Club, or the Playmore. I mean, I can go on forever. So I just wanted to say, I don't think it's really a question, but I appreciate that you guys took time, made the Hey Hey Club. It's a beautiful space down there. I love the Tiki Bar Christmas last year. We went down for that. So
We did too. It's so
Yeah,
great.
we'll be doing that again, and I appreciate that because I'm a huge music fanatic myself. And I don't know, do you know the story behind the Hey Hey Club sign and why we called the bar there the Hey Hey Club?
no,
I do not.
So the history of the Hey Hey Club is, dating back to like the like the 30s and 40s. Count Basie played there. It was an iconic jazz nightclub in KC. Eventually, it was owned by a gentleman named Milton Morris, who went on to open some other bars and become kind of an icon himself in the bar world in KC. But the Hey Hey Club eventually got shut down. But in the 1990s, Robert Altman made a film called Kansas City,
City.
kind of a gangster film, really a fun movie. And a lot of the movie actually took place in a fictionalized version of the Hey Hey Club. And that sign that we have is actually the prop sign from the film, which I found on accident. Before we even relaunched J. Rieger and Company, I found that old sign down in the West Bottoms, and it was buried under a bunch of junk. The lights were all busted out of it. And I'm like, I just need this. Like, I knew what it was and I wanted it. And so I got it for, like pennies. And I didn't even know what I was going to do with it until years later when we decided to build out this space. And I'm like, that's got to be the Hey Hey Club.
And Ryan, just real quick, my last question is a fun one. Since you're a native, if you could have a cocktail with any Kansas Citian, alive or dead,
Oh my goodness.
who would you pick, and what are you drinking?
If I could have a cocktail with any Kansas Citian, alive or dead. Wow. You know, I would probably right now, like Milton Morris is on the brain. I would say I would want to have a drink with Milton Morris. I never met him.
Right.
I've talked to people who knew him and met him, and I've heard stories. He was just such a legendary bar owner, who stretched his career span decades. And I think he was, from what I can understand, he was quite a character. And so being a bar owner and being a bartender, I think it would be a blast to hang out with him.
Great.
That's a great answer. I'm going to look this guy up.
What are you drinking, Ryan? What are you going to have
What
with
are we
it?
drinking? I think we're drinking whiskey, man. I would share some Kansas City whiskey with him because it wasn't around when he was alive. So we'd drink some Kansas City whiskey and, get to know each other.
Well, Ryan, so appreciate the time so much.
We do.
Thank you. You guys have sponsored us for 3 or 4 different episodes. So thank
Yeah.
you for that. You will see Alex and I there, whether you want us or not. We like to go there.
That's awesome. Yeah. Next time you're in, let me know. Say hi.
All right,
Will do, Ryan. Thank you so much, my brother. We
All right.
appreciate
Thanks
you.
a lot, you guys.
All right.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. Oh, Ryan, maybe what a great guy. We just really enjoyed meeting him, and I could have embarrassed myself for an hour telling him stuff that he's heard a million times about martinis. We are, by the way, getting ready to welcome in another guest. I just got a text, and but this is what I love about live shows, man. This is great. No, and this is
Your
this is
adrenaline's flowing.
It's flowing. It's flowing. It's not even the ghost. You know what's the scariest? I am. The scariest part of this has not been at all the ghost. It's been like just keeping the show going. I know that we've got Stephanie just joined in. Where are you? Where is everybody? Let's see. I know we've got some people sliding in here. Laura just kind of slid right in, and
She just showed up.
Let's see. I'm just.
Are they using the right feed? I hope.
I think they they
guest?
are. Well,
Okay.
I think so.
And not just a person that's just sitting there.
Well, we sent a link, so let's see.
Well, you're looking at that. So yeah, Jay Rieger, he told us, they were the largest mail order whiskey company in the country before Prohibition. Like they were a huge deal.
They were.
It's amazing that it lay dormant for, like he said, almost 90 years. And they actually found the original recipes. Very cool that Andy Rieger, who's the co-founder, the direct descendant, was not only in town, but loved it. And I mean, what a cool, the space is cool. The whiskey's great. It's all amazing. We certainly appreciate them. They've helped us out. And they're just one of, what have we had, 4 different sponsors right now? We love highlighting Kansas City local businesses that and even something the size of Jay Rieger, which has a lot of volume, but we've had tough times economically, and they certainly, I don't know if you remember, they pivoted during when we were in the hard lockdown. They actually were making disinfectant that they were handing it to the people to just try to help people out. So tied into the community. It was really fun to have Ryan, and I was just screwing with you. I didn't know his commute was literally 60 seconds. He must live up in like the attic that he makes. Right?
I know, right? I was just blown away.
That, or he has a helicopter.
Well, as much as we buy from them, we don't. We get a little tip from their sponsors, but we got to buy. I know that our friends from the Tipsy Ghost are coming in soon, so we will hold here. I'm not seeing anybody knocking at the door here, so I'm going to copy the link though, and I'm going to see if I can text that over. Why don't you what's known as vamp, my friend?
I'd be happy to. So I'm hoping people, the chat is not for just Alex to drop shit in there. I can see there's 7 people in there besides Mr. T and Mike. There's got to be other folks in there too. Let us know what you thought about yesterday's episode. Yesterday's episode, if you listen to it, it's a lot. Crazy, certainly disturbing. Oh my goodness, your daughter's here.
Hi, babe. Okay, she's a sweetheart. I love seeing her. Oh, I'm seeing her more right now than I do all week usually.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay, I've sent another link over. But our Tipsy Ghost friends, the things I'm excited about. If you've not heard, by the way, going to Killing Cities, if we say so ourselves, is a very good show. But we are not an instant like the Tipsy Ghost gals are, because here's the thing: we're crossing the streams a little bit tonight with our Ghostbusters pun. But we don't.
Hey, here they come.
Let's see. Where are they? Are they here? Because we're bragging on them. They're going to hear us talking about them if we.
Well, I can see their name, but it's black, and I don't hear anything. But they are there.
The Tipsy Ghosts. Huh. Well.
Ironic.
All right. Well, I'll keep bragging. Maybe they'll. Oh,
and they're gone.
Oh, wait. I was going to make espresso. No, but hey, there they are. Hey.
Hi, we had some technical difficulties. Sorry about that.
Oh, no, it's not. It's the ghost. It's the room.
Yeah, it was a ghost for sure.
Okay. We got to get this. We got to knock this part out right away. I was already starting to brag about you guys, how much I didn't even get to this part. So now you can all hear it. Okay. I happen to know one of the Tipsy Ghost gals. She and my daughter and my daughter's best friend are involved there. So does that give you a hint? But Sarah Hine. Oh, Sarah, I gave your last name. I'm sorry if I wasn't supposed to do that. I didn't mean to dox you.
It's okay. I think I posted on social media too. It's okay.
I have told you before that I love your voices. I love the way you three are such good pals. Jamie and I have to really work hard to fake that kind of thing.
Yeah. I secretly despise him. He just doesn't know.
I hate his guts. But anyway, no, we're kidding. But you guys, not only are you passionate about the subject, but you guys are good friends, aren't you?
Very much so. Honestly, I don't know how we survived before we met each other. We say that all the time. Who were we friends with?
Nobody. That's the answer.
Who was friends with us that could tolerate us? Because turns out we have some kind of weird humor, you know?
We're unique.
Yeah.
You do, and I'm not going to go listing a lot of it, but I remember I'm so tickled. Do you remember, Sarah, that one time I was so tickled by one of your episodes, I had to text you and just say I'm crying laughing at you guys.
Yes, I do remember you texting me. I can't remember specifically what it was about. I'll have to go back and look. But
was that the one with the farting ghost? I'm trying. It could have been, but guys, what I love is what you do. But I should step back and stop talking about what I love and just would you guys just tell everybody, one, how long you've been doing this? What is the show about? I want everybody to know about your show because frankly, listeners, you got it not just at Halloween time. This is around the clock, year-round show you got to listen to. So would you just tell us a little bit about your show?
Yeah, we'd love to. Do you guys want to talk or do you want me to?
Well, I'll answer as to how long we've been doing this.
Okay, there you go. Start there.
We started doing this in 2019. So it is actually, this week is our 6-year friendiversary. And it started because Boydson here is our matchmaker, and she was like, hey, we're going to go ghost hunting at the Sally house. You should come with us. So the very first time I met Sarah was literally at a ghost hunt at the Sally house.
That is true. And she was hooked.
And on the drive home, we were like, we should make a podcast. That's how it started.
And we did.
And you did.
How many episodes? How many episodes are you guys in?
Oh, gosh.
We're coming up on 300 very soon.
Wow. That's a lot, man.
I have a 10-year-old show as of January, Mysterious Goings On, that's just like 325 at this point. And look at you guys.
Wow.
And I'm getting ready to wrap up PR After Hours after 5 years. Listen to me shamelessly vamping about my show. But I'm
about you, Greenwood.
Hey, am I right? but I'll just tell you, and I'm wrapping it up after 5 years after 300 something episodes. But I have to get so the premise of the show is obviously I don't know. I'm sure that's just diet soda in your hand. But the premise is you are women who like wine and also like to hunt for ghosts, right?
Yeah, that's very true. However, we do try to reserve the wine drinking just for when we're recording. But that's why our episodes are so ridiculous most of the time.
Yeah.
We really do just have a great time. We talk about all sorts of topics. You ask kind of what the show's about. Our main focus, really the thing we love to do most is what you mentioned, is to go ghost hunting, go paranormal investigating. That's what we really try to do. So at least once a month we're doing an episode on a location that we have gone to. And believe it or not, we can actually be serious and try to collect evidence when we're there. So we do that, and then we evaluate it and then post anything that we get, along with like the history of the location, and of course some nonsense along the way. But the other stuff, it's really just kind of what interests us. So once a month we'll do a paranormal, one of us will do a paranormal story, one of us will do a true crime story,
Right.
and then the other one does what we call a smorgasbord episode. The smorgasbord episode can be whatever you want. If it's a true crime, a paranormal, a lot of times it's like a conspiracy theory.
Right.
Or like, a couple weeks ago I talked about Mount Everest just because I thought it was fascinating, all the things that going on at Mount
There's
Everest.
a lot of dead people up on top of Mount Everest.
That's exactly right.
That's what he said.
Which I think it's like they just step over it like it's no big deal. Like there's like 200 bodies up there because they can't take it down.
That's exactly right. They leave them there. They're kind of like landmarks now. It's a little sad, but also a little bit creepy. But
it's like there's guy with blue sock.
Yeah,
I've read. Yeah.
Yeah, things there.
So I'm getting my hair cut today, and I'm talking about what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to shout out to Man Cave Cuts over here in Parkville. Amy, you rock. And I was telling her, and I said about what you guys do. I said sorry, Jamie. I said I'm most excited about talking to the Tipsy Ghost Gals. Okay.
Aww.
Well, come on, Sarah. You know I'm a fan, and
I know we love you.
Well, thank you very much.
That makes 3 of you, but go ahead.
What Caroline loves me. All right, so, but I was going to say, and she was like, well, she grew up Northland, Amy, and she was talking about she says this place, and when we were in high school, in the area, everybody was like, how close can we get to it? It's Belvoir.
Yep,
we love Belvoir.
Now, give us a taste if you don't mind. I don't mean your wine, but give us a taste, because that's one you guys have been to more than once, I believe.
Yes, for sure. We've been there several times.
Tell the listeners, if you would, about that a little bit.
Well, you guys want to talk about Belvoir?
You talk about Belvoir.
So Belvoir is currently a winery and inn, but back in its heyday, it was an Oddfellows asylum, and like the self-sustaining farm, and also kind of a secret club. But now what stands is the winery part, which is also like a bed and breakfast kind of. Bed, no breakfast.
Bed bar.
Bed and bar.
That's me when I was dating.
Perfect.
Caroline, turn this off.
So say your daughter's on the stream.
I'll show myself out.
Oh my God, it is.
Sorry,
on.
go ahead. Sorry.
So the cool thing though is that a lot of the old buildings, the original buildings, are still standing, and now they are very, very worn down. They're not safe. I don't think people can actually go out there anymore. But this was one of the first places that we went, and I think it was the first place I ever went before we got together with these two, where this is, I don't know, this is kind of what started my passion in my adult life, because I think at this point, it's never happened again. I think it was a one-in-a-lifetime experience where we got to hear a disembodied voice.
Did you use a spirit box, if I may use that kind of language?
You may. And no, we did not. We used a recorder, actually. So
you mean like something like this?
That's right.
Yes,
Yep.
But we all heard it live. Like it was standing between me and Sarah.
And we caught it on recording. So that has, to this day, been one of our best pieces of evidence.
Yeah.
Okay, don't leave me hanging. What did they?
Okay.
What did it say to you? What did they say?
Okay.
We don't validate.
We were in the hospital. What did he say?
We don't validate. That's what you heard.
Thank God.
That's okay.
You're terrible.
Yeah, we were in the hospital, and within the hospital, we were in the operating room. And, there are stories about how some of the people that lived there were possibly prisoners of war from World War II that spoke German fluently. Right. We were kind of goofing off as we do, saying, I don't know how to speak German. Do you know how to speak German?
Yeah, you were trying to say German words.
Yeah, we were trying to say terribly words here or there. And then we hear clear as day a man's voice say, I don't know German.
I've heard this, by the way.
There was no man in the room. It was only females. And we all just turned and we were like, what was that?
Sarah, I'm pretty sure I asked Caroline. I was like, come on. when they BSing us? She goes, no, they're not. and I because because Jamie, you got to hear this. It is flipping chilling.
Yeah. Tell us why Alex is doing this wrong, ladies, because
this is
you
the
get
real
all this
reason.
stuff. He's just sitting there in room 505. The only thing that we've heard that's suspect is probably his win. That's it. There's nothing. So what's wrong with that?
How dare you?
Is it just that they don't want to talk to Alex because he gets that a lot? What's going on? What is he doing wrong?
Okay, this is why one of the main reasons that not me, but because we're kind of getting into your shtick a little bit here. We're not ghost chasers and hunters. We're history guys, and we're not even really true crime. Well, I shouldn't say that because that's our bread and butter. But we really are history guys. But here's the thing. So, guys, gals, I got this EMF detector. Can you see it? I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. And I ran it around the room, and of course, the only thing that it picked up was my phone and this computer.
Yep.
Gotta go on airplane mode.
Yeah. If you're going to use the EMF detector, accurately, you had to put your phone and your watch on airplane mode. But it is one of those things. I mean, we'll be honest. If you heard our recordings, there are hours worth of recordings, and we maybe get this much of something. And probably half of the time, we're just talking like this. Like we'll be investigating, we'll be asking questions, and then we'll get distracted and kind of goof off for a minute. And most of the time we catch stuff while we're just having conversation and just existing.
Is it like spirits are kibitzing while you guys are talking to each other? Is that what you think? Or is that what you're saying? Or do you know? Or
I think they're tired of us.
We get that a lot. A lot of exasperated sighs into the recorder.
We do. We get a lot of breathy sighs.
Wait, so you're saying they're married? Okay. So I've got, okay. I know you guys are recording tonight and we're taking a lot of your time. Can I ask you a couple more quick questions? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And by the way, it's Sarah. Where's Lindsay? There's Lindsay, and then it's conveniently Sarah. Now, Sarah, does one of you not have an H on the end, or are you both H? Sarah.
The only way to spell it is with an H.
They're both H
in order to be correct.
All right. I agree. Okay, so can I talk about my balls real quick? Because I got. What is grow up? Okay.
Sweaty balls.
So I got.
That's exactly what I thought of.
Everybody's into my sweaty balls here in this room. So I've got these cat toy balls. Okay.
Yes,
Now.
Yes.
Okay. So has anybody ever moved your balls? And what?
I take them a lot accidentally.
We run into them.
I was wondering if do you flick them a little bit to wake them up, or is that what?
No, a simple on-off works. It's fine there.
No, okay. So seriously, I'm hearing this. I'm in room 505. We should be reverent. So I was just thinking, like, when we're done here, I'm going to be up for well reading. I'm not watching any TV. I'm just going to be in tune, not listening to music, reading. But I'm not just going to sit here and stare at the four walls. But literally, there's about 4 in here. But then around midnight, I'm gonna do a live drop in, folks. And by the way, listeners, come back at midnight. Check at 1:45 midnight. There'll be a new link to come here and watch whatever it is that I do. But I was thinking, am I doing this? Am I doing this right? Do I just activate them and then put them in a corner somewhere? What do I do?
Put them down. We set them on tables usually or on the floor a lot. Just remember where they are so you don't run them over.
But should I put them together or put them in separate?
No, you can put them separate. That way you can see if there's something in a different area of the room. So you just set it, forget it, just make sure that they're on, and hopefully somebody will tap your balls. Gently.
Maybe
it's been a long time. Anyway,
I'm back to high school already. All right.
Have you Have you guys covered this? Have you been to the Savoy? Have you ever done an episode on this?
No, we have not actually. And hotels are a good option for us, like in the wintertime or in the summertime when it's either blazing hot or super cold. So we'll have to remember. And we kind of just briefly looked it up to see what some of the hauntings were.
Oh yeah.
There. And
it's been interesting. I don't know if you've heard any of our episodes, but I've had people, because I wrote that episode, and it was just going to be a murder episode. A lot of people have died in that hotel, like
wow,
murders, suicides, tragic accidents. Like there's a lot, and then but I started reading all the other stuff, and so I'm just curious if you'd want to come and look at it too, because people have come to me out of the blue and written us on Facebook and said, this has happened to me.
Yeah.
Nobody believes me, and it scared the hell out of me, and I couldn't sleep. So I think you might have a good episode there. Alex might show up. I won't be there, but Alex might.
Because he's chicken shit.
We need a place for December, so there we go.
I know, yeah.
Well,
so we'll look at that.
If you need any consultation about the room, I'll let you know how it goes. I know I got to wrap this up because you guys are busy and you've been way too kind. Although I'm very sad because Sarah's a neighbor of mine. I'm going to lose her soon, but
no, I'm sorry.
That's all right. It's just nice knowing you're down there. But anyway,
We're
I'm
not
happy.
very far away, if that makes you feel better.
What's that?
We're not going to be very far at all.
All right then. All right.
All
That's
right.
fine.
I'll come visit.
All right. So here's the last question. We're being a little jokey, but I'm serious. Okay, Lindsay,
okay.
Sarah, Gesundheit. Let's just say, and I'm being sincere. I'm not kidding around. Let's just say though, I set my alarm and I'm gonna doze around between 10 and midnight. I'm gonna wake up, quarter till, but in between that, or maybe between midnight-ish and 3 a.m. where my next wake up call is, I'm gonna be back here at 3 a.m. To just tell everybody what I found. What if something happens? And if it's anything like the people who've already spoken to us and we've covered before, it's like an event. It's like they have been disturbed, prevented from sleeping. I'm not sure if it was malicious, but it was certainly vigorous activity.
Mm-hmm.
Can they, if there really is this thing, these people who have moved, whatever it is, trapped, I don't know. Can they harm us, or what? How do you roll with it? If you were me laying here in bed alone, and all of a sudden, Jamie, don't even. I'm being serious. If I'm laying here all in bed alone, and then all of a sudden something weird happens, how do you roll with it? I'm just curious.
There have been plenty of nights where we have not slept well.
Yeah.
Or had experiences. I think Sarah's woken me up at 5 a.m. because something happened.
I did. That was at Crescent. Yeah,
Crescent Hotel.
Something fell in the bathtub and broke.
And Eureka Springs, Crescent?
Yep. We have all had those nights where we don't sleep for one reason or another, and we just kind of try to tough it out.
Just gotta tough it out.
But there have been times where we all three are like, "Are you still awake? Yes. Are you still awake? Yes. Can we go? Yes."
Now, I will say the only times we've left early is because we are up all night and didn't get evidence. It's if we are nervous or scared, we still tough it out.
We stay.
Yeah. And honestly, we've done so many where it's hard to get us that way. But like she said, there are times when we stay overnight and you have nightmares, or your heart starts racing for no reason, or you feel like you see somebody next to you. That has happened before. And you just kind of got to be brave.
You got to be brave.
Your mic's off. This is the best part of the show right here. Oh. Can't hear him.
The ghost is messing with the
Here it is.
I was
the first.
See, by the way, did you see me touch this mic that made it do that? Not a joke. That didn't happen.
Oh, they also might mess with your equipment. That does happen.
Well, if I had $1 for every time that. No, I was gonna. Sorry, we are after 8:00. I was gonna say though, but I like one of my favorite movies is The Ghost and Mr. Chicken with Don Knotts, and I'm the Ghost and Mr. Cocktail, and that's we had that graphic earlier. But here the point, the thing I want to get to, they can't hurt you, can they?
We've never been hurt.
That, no.
But I've heard about people who've been harassed. Like, okay, you talked about the Sally House. I've been to the Sally House. I know for a fact that plenty of people have said they've been scratched, attacked, pushed around. I know I promised this was the end, but one last question. What are your thoughts on that? Is that real? Is that BS? What do you think?
I'll let you guys answer that one.
Lindsay's a skeptic. So
I think it's definitely a possibility. I think that there's enough, in our opinion, credible stories of something like that happening, and it's too many to be like, oh, these people are all making it up. So I feel like it's definitely possible. Has anything like that happened to us? No, but that doesn't mean that it won't or couldn't.
Well, you guys have been touched or felt like you've been touched, but not never anything malicious. Like we have not been shoved, scratched.
I think the more bothersome thing is that, you talk about like Sally House or things maybe following you. I wouldn't say that we necessarily had something follow exactly. However, all of us at different locations have experienced where you have like a sleep paralysis, and you have, or just terrible nightmares about something that happened
Once we
in
get
the
back
location
home.
Yeah,
before.
like the next night.
So
Those are kind of scary. I don't like those.
And maybe I heard this from on the street the wrong way, but Sarah, I've heard that maybe some ghosts have followed you home.
Oh, so my kids like to think that, yeah. But my sleep paralysis, that was a scary situation. There was a series of events that happened in my house, like that were all kind of weird. But I don't feel like it has been like that. I know my kids really think that, though.
Well, I get that. Yeah. And that it makes life fun. The show is The Tipsy Ghost. It's been going on for now, what'd you say, 6-7 years? And how often do they come out, and where can we find these?
They come out every Sunday, once a week. That's one thing we've been pretty good about committing to, and that's why we have so many episodes out. So you can check them all out on Spotify. Most of them are available to listen to / watch on YouTube as well, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. Really.
What's your website?
We used to have a whole website dedicated to our episodes and everything, and really we just started posting everything on social media. So anybody who wants to follow us can come find us at The Tipsy Ghost on Facebook or Instagram. Really, we post a lot of clips from our episodes on TikTok or Instagram Reels, so it gives you a little taste of what's going on.
Well, Jamie and I could learn from you because we spent a ton of money on a website and all this stuff, and we just moved everything to Substack, and we're getting paid subscribers from there. Sarah, Lindsay, Sarah, and I think the order I meant that. I have to say, can I just say one last thing? Is that Mysterious Goings On? I asked these gals to do a little spooky thing for our Halloween episode, and I've replayed it every year for like the past 4 or 5 years. You guys are a delight. I love you. I think you're fantastic. Please let us know how we can tell everybody else more about you, but we'll share your stuff. And folks, if you have any questions about the Tipsy Ghost, just follow them on Facebook, socials, or whatever. They're really great about returning and replies and explaining things. So ball's in your court. Last thing, I'll leave it to you guys. Thanks again for being here. But anything you want to add?
Just thank you both for inviting us on the show. We love anytime we have the chance to talk about what we do. Obviously, we love doing it. We love chatting with you guys. So thanks so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
You bet.
If you balls.
Thank you with my balls. I'm serious. I'm serious, But hey, maybe down the road we can do some synergy, or if you're going to come here to let us know if you're going to be at the Savoy. At the very least, we'll give you a send off at the bar before you repair to upstairs.
I'll definitely do
All
that.
right. And if I don't see you again, it's been nice knowing you. All right. Thank you. Bye, ladies.
It's so nice to meet you all. Have a good night.
You take care.
Peace out. Take care. Oh my goodness. Do you see why we just adore our friends from the Tipsy Ghost? I love that show, and they are lovely people, and they've been
once a week. That's serious,
dude. We are pikers.
Of
course, they're younger than us. You can tell. Look at them. They're younger.
Yeah, there's that.
Well, anyway, look at us. Hey, dude, it's 10 after 8. We're almost done.
We are.
But I need to remind everybody a couple of things before, and we're gonna talk a little bit more. But I want to remind everybody of a couple of things. Is that I will be returning at midnight. So,
Maybe.
Well, yeah, God willing or Lord willing, whatever. Check going to Killing City Facebook at 11:45 p.m. Again, I'll do that again. Check our Facebook. I'm not going to go post it everywhere else. I'm going to post it on Facebook. That's the link. Click on it. I'll be here from 11:45, and then I'll do what I'm going to do at midnight. Look, as the lady said, I'm gonna throw my balls in the corner. I'm going to use my EMF detector. I've made my own spirit box. Mama's got a spirit box. Daddy never sleeps at night. I made my own spirit box. I'm going to run that. I'm going to do all of that tonight because I'm not going to have my erstwhile. I'm sad because you're going to bed soon. You got to work tomorrow.
I do.
I took tomorrow off.
Yeah, I will sound asleep when all this is going on, and I will check in. And folks, once again, if Alex does not make it, send your reels, your audition. What was that? What's that noise?
What do
you don't hear that?
No.
There's something in your background there, dude. You don't hear that.
No. What do you? What? Are you? Don't,
I'm not fucking with you. I'm not fucking. I'm gonna mute it. Make sure I can still hear it. Hang on. No, it went away. No, I'm not messing with you.
What was it?
It
was it the Gypsy
like,
Ghost Carols? Are they still here?
No, it sounded
Sarah.
like somebody like messing around with something in the background. I thought you were doing it on purpose. It's gone now.
Well, I can hear the, for want of a better term, the HVAC closet. It's pretty loud in here, to be honest with you. Was that it? Do you hear it now? I do.
Whatever that sound was, I do not hear it now. It's gone.
What did it sound like? I mean, I'm not joking. What did it sound like?
It just sounded like somebody like messing with pipes or something. It's really hard to explain.
Well, it's probably that. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. We were just supposed to be on the lookout. And that sounded strange.
I know. I don't. I just like. I didn't hear it, and I'm like disappointed because you heard something that I didn't, and I'm like,
well, you have to listen to the recording. Yeah. So people, if Alex doesn't survive, send me your. Here it is again.
Quit screwing around.
Does anybody else in the chat hear this?
Let's go to the chat. Anybody hear this?
Mike said sounds like water dripping. Yeah.
I'm online. Why does he say it's dripping online? Did he say?
Because he's online from his version. It's going on right now. And now it's gone. I'm not fucking with you. I'm not messing with you.
Quit,
Mike.
Come on, guys.
Is Mike? Tell him that you heard it too. I'm not messing with you. Yep, definitely heard it. Mike definitely heard it.
What did he? I didn't look. What does he say? Hang on.
He definitely heard it. I'm telling you, man, it was there.
You guys. Okay, look. I'm fully aware that JV wants me to piss the bed because I'm alone here and he's not.
I'm not messing with you. I'm honest to God. On my,
evil twin or evil twin pledge or whatever we have. I don't know. All right. Well, okay. Well,
that was really strange.
Well, where was I going? I was saying something and then.
Yes, Mike just wrote, dude, I would not kid you on this. I heard something. I'm not kidding you. There's some weird noise and it went away again.
Holy crap. Hang on a minute. I do want to ask Brian what the Steelers game score is.
That was the sirens are me.
Those are you from your B&B, the Airbnb you're in.
Yeah, I'm not. That's the sirens are here, and I'm in Minneapolis. We wanted to keep the secret that I was back. I'm actually for work. I have to be in Minneapolis today, so the sirens are not. That's my side. That was just down the street, but that's not it.
The Steelers are losing 10-0. That's terrible, man. That's terrible. I'm so sorry. Two of my best friends in the world. One is a Cowboys fan. One's a Steelers fan. I just don't even know what to do. Jeez,
we're wrapping up.
Well, I know we're wrapping up, but a couple of things here. I do have to remind everybody one more time. Hey, Ghost Hunters, before we dive back in, if you love true crime, blurred memories, and stories that haunt long after the curtain falls, you need to check out the Jean Bonnet game at Unicorn Theater, running now through November 2nd. It's a dark, psychological new play about childhood games gone wrong, literally. When Ray's childhood friend dies, her daughter finds the old game they used to play based on the Jean Bonnet Ramsey case. And what unfolds? A disturbing, intimate, and absolutely unforgettable play that you've got to see. Tickets are at unicorntheater.org. See it before it vanishes. Hey, somebody's crimpling some paper. I hear something now. Oh my goodness. It's wait, no, it's 10-7 now. Uh-oh, Brian, you're in trouble now. But hey, we're going to have the full interview with Ernie Nolan on the. It's weird to say this now, but if you're listening tonight, hey, Jamie, quick question. When will the edited, final, everything, once I get all my stuff done and all that, what are we talking about? When do you think we might release this?
Probably Monday night.
Okay, Monday. So today is the 6th, or the 16th. So we're talking, I don't know, rather than the 19th or 20th, something like that.
Yeah, it'll be long before Halloween, so people can listen to it. But yeah.
And that's the thing. We might even boost that. So tonight, so we're wrapping up. I can't believe it's already over. I had such a good time.
You're just beginning. It just started. All right. Well, while we're wrapping up, I just want to read this. This is from the episode. This is about Room 505. Said this is from a woman named Nicole. When I was in high school, I heard it was haunted, meaning the Hotel Savoy. So I went there with a couple friends. We heard that someone drowned in one of the rooms, which would be room 505. Went up to that floor. That room, didn't see or hear anything. They were renovating the hotel, and the side we were on wasn't renovated yet. We didn't see anyone the whole time. We had left the floor and looked, but came back before we left. We heard running water from the room that somebody had supposedly drowned in.
Running water. Wait, what?
And all three of us heard someone yell, "Help me!" And they left. So,
what? It's like running water, like
that kind of. So that's kind of what it sounded like to me.
That's
it. That's it again. It's happening right now. Anybody else hear it in the chat?
I don't appreciate being gaslit on my own.
I'm not gaslighting you. Mike just said I hear it. I swear to God.
Mike,
it's happening right now. And now it's gone.
Mike, you need to meet me in the bar in a little bit. We're gonna. He lives in. I know. Mike lives in North KC.
You may be in your Parkville area by the time midnight rolls around. You may be done.
He's already saying I'll be there. Well, then you got to buy me a drink, dude. I've entertained you. This is weird.
I'm not making it up.
Jamie,
swear to God.
We go way back. You're my evil twin.
I would not screw with you about this. This is honest to God truth, and it's on the tape. You'll hear it in the recording.
A likely story. Okay, hey, we're not done yet. We got a few more minutes. We said we'd be done by 8:30. You can power through. Let's talk a little bit about what's coming up on Going to Killing City by the end of the year. And you can hedge some bets here. Just give the idea what it looks like. Just go.
Okay. All right. So Monday, November 3rd, I believe is the date. We are going to be at Rainy Day Books in Fairway. We will be interviewing Eli Frankel, who is the part we talked to Laura about. The book is called Sisters in Death. It is coming out on October 28th. This book ties the infamous, very well known, what are you doing? Black Dahlia case.
I dropped my balls.
Oh, yeah, I noticed. About 20 years ago. The Black Dahlia case. And sorry. And he's gone. And Dave heard it too, by the way. And then when they get back from that, we are going to have that episode be our November episode. But he has tied the Black Dahlia case with the murder that happened in Kansas City 6 years before the Black Dahlia case. So that's the first event. And after that, Alex, are you fucking with me now? Because your screen's not on. I can't see you.
Dude, I'm trying to find my ball.
Okay, good enough.
I dropped one and it went under the bed and now I can't. It's not even lit up. That's the scary part. Oh, wait. My God, it's lit up. Hang on.
Here we go.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm in room 1408.
Anyway.
I'm John Cusack, and I'm world weary. All right, hang on a minute.
You got that right.
Yeah, tell me about it. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, so Monday, November 3rd. You were such a skeptic, and look at you now. Look what has happened. Now,
well, because you guys are like gaslighting me with some bull crap about
it's 100% true. Anyway, so that's our November event. And then we are going to be doing Gene Peters Baker's coming back this winter.
I cannot believe we're going to get former Jackson County prosecutor Gene Peters Baker back on the show. By the way, let's give it up to her. She appeared on our show, and I'll just say it. We went up like 300% in downloads.
It was huge.
It's huge.
Oh, there it is again. There's the noise. Yep. Still can hear it.
That is you drumming your freaking fingertips on the... Whatever. Nope. Go ahead. Keep going.
All right. So
come on. That's just so cheesy.
I'm not fucking with you. Gene Peters Baker will be on the December episode. We're going to talk about a case that she was involved with at the end. It's a horrible case on a lot of ways. So that's coming up. Yep. And we might be doing at the Speakeasy Spa. We're talking about doing a Christmas event where you and I will make a cocktail. Spa. They will be giving shower massages, that stuff. We'll have a lot more details on that soon. So lots to look forward to. And I love that Mr. Skeptic got a little spooky there. That's awesome.
Just okay, so here's the deal. Let's remind everybody tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're having a good time tonight. And I want to say happy Halloween, which is my Christmas. That doesn't mean I'm a Satan worshiper.
Your mic's muted. Now it's back.
this again, I'm being screwed with. There's a lot of pagan elements to Christmas too. Everybody, come on. So I love Halloween. Doesn't mean I'm a pagan. But just know I will return tonight at midnight. So check into the Going to Killing City Facebook page at 11:45 for the fresh live link. Just go to it, click it. I will go live between 11:45 and midnight. I'm going to get back to you about my balls, about the EMF detector, about I just, has anybody, hang on, we do have a whole commercial about something else I'm going to do, by the way, but we're going to, but
I love how flustered you are. It's just fabulous.
Because cause see, you're screwing with me.
I'm not screwing with you. It's really happened.
All right, can I finish without you with your, whatever, your drumming, your fingers? All right, so, okay, where was I? Well, I don't hear anything. All right.
You haven't yet. You have yet to hear anything.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
You'll be back at
midnight.
That's his fingers drumming right there on the screen. Anyway, okay, click that link and I will reveal what I have observed or not observed here in the room. It'll be my EMF detector, my little spy recorder thing. Can you believe how little these are, by the way? And my balls. And I also have a jury-rigged spirit box. And Daddy never sleeps at night. That will happen. And then if you are so bold and have enough no-dos or caffeine, look what happens at 3 a.m. There is going to be, a 3 a.m. check-in for the final one. There we go. So visit the Going to Killing City Facebook page, and there will be a link there. And at 2:45, anybody, by the way, anybody who goes to that and wants to talk is awake and will want to talk, I'll figure out how to let you into the convo and you can actually go on screen and talk to me. You have to stay up that late. Nobody will do it. Not one of you. I know it. But if you do, dude, it's your time to shine. And remember, our show gets seen by hundreds of people every month. Yeah. And that's not a joke. I'm not joking around. So that's what's going to happen. I don't know. I'm excited about just being up and it's like the night before Christmas for me, because it's like, you know how you couldn't sleep at Christmas and you just could not, anyway, whatever. Okay. So, but I will say this, that we're going to have a really fun time the rest of this evening.
It's happening again.
Wait, I hear something. Oh, you're tapping your foot. You jackass, you're tapping.
I'm not doing a thing. I'm not. And it stopped. Went away. Yep. How crazy was that?
Dramatic. Did you see that dramatic thing I did? I've got to learn to work this thing. It's like a loser thing makes it do more. All right, let me turn away and come back here. I don't love it that close on me. This light's kind of harsh. Anyway. Oh. Turn it this way. Hang on. So, holy crap. This is bad. I just look worse. Wait, if you do the Spock thing, it's not logical.
No.
It doesn't matter. I don't remember all the things. Okay, I don't know what you and I, we're going to talk, by the way, after this. Because you're so full of crap.
Give me a call. Yeah, do it.
No, because you've been up like with 4 hours sleep, and that's going to be
tired.
You are right now, but I'm going to be tomorrow night at this time, and I don't want you calling me that. So, hey, listen, I'll just say this: can we let a couple of cats out of the bag real quick? Is that okay? And then I promise we'll be done.
Yep.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, have you thought about joining the Going to Killing City Insider Club? Now, hang on. This is not like a timeshare, I promise. This is something that really is great. This is where the past has secrets and the drinks come with stories. All membership perks are available exclusively through our Substack. Early access to podcasts, subscriber-only bonus content, exclusive meetups. All membership perks are available exclusively through our Substack page, nowhere else. We've launched a new way for listeners and readers to go deeper into the world of Going to Killing City. Think of it as your backstage pass to Kansas City's darker history, paired, of course, with a splash of cocktail culture. All membership perks are available exclusively through the page. You could start for $39 a year. 39 bucks. What if you had a cup of coffee, 6 months in a row, it ought to be paid for here. The Black Hand tier, it's the entry point. You're going to get early access to episodes, subscriber only bonus content, early access to written features, quarterly fan polls to help shape stories we cover next. What's after that? What's the real deal? The Speakeasy Club, $99 a year. It's your key to Kansas City's hidden underworld. No password required. Includes everything from the Black Hand tier that I just mentioned, plus quarterly meetups at KC distilleries like our own Jay Rieger. Hello. Ryan, maybe we got the hookup, and other speakeasy style bars or spas. We just mentioned that. First drink is on us. If you are a Speakeasy Club member, $99 a year, you'll never pay for your first drink at one of our events. Think about that. Boom. Live podcast access with priority invites to tapings and interactive Q&As. Annual Speakeasy gifts. We're going to work on that. Probably a t-shirt, but we'll see. Digital dead drop. Surprise content drops like mini mayhem minutes. Rare archival finds that Jamie digs up in sneak previews. First look access to book projects, and we are working on a book. I'll say no more. Exclusive book perk if we do get said book published or we publish it, discounted, autographed, personalized copies of future publications. And you'll also get, and by the way, this ends pretty quick. This ends December 31st, 2025. Founding member badge. Join before December 31st, 2025, and your name can be listed on the website or podcast credits. Plus, you'll receive special digital and physical founder flair. If you've not seen Office Space, you don't know what flair is, look it up. You get to see Jennifer Aniston flip you off. This isn't just a fan club. It's a community of people like we joined tonight, people who like to gaslight Alex when he's talking and make it sound like there's something going. Wait, I'm sorry. I went off script. It's a community of people who love Kansas City, its history, and its strangest untold stories, seasoned with a little gin, rye, or whatever's in your glass. Memberships are open now. Consider it your engraved invitation digitally as a member of the Shadows. Upgrade now to pay. KillingCityPod.substack.com. You'll find it all there. There'll be links in the show notes. Jamie, you talked about Jay Rieger has this wonderful club too.
Yep. Hey, club.
And you know what?
Oh, you mean they have their own little spirits thing where you get the bottles that they're like over 8 years old. So look at that.
There, I just used the force.
Just the force, yeah, totally.
I'm the farce. But dude, we're not saying don't join them. We're just saying join us first and then join them.
We need the money more.
They're doing a little better than us, but
yeah.
Hey, Jamie, can I just take a moment? It's 8:31. I'm already taking too much. One more point of personal privilege. Look at you. You're bleary-eyed. You're so tired. I'm so sorry.
So tired.
I'm just going to say, can I just tell you, thank you for inviting me on this journey. It's almost 2 years, and you came to me, and you have this wonderful concept for a great show. I hope I've done you proud to come alongside and making it better and better. Just, I don't mean better like it was bad. I mean like just helping to make it better.
No, you do a great job. And people, I know he thinks I've been dicking with him all night. I am not,
you have.
But I will say this. This was a lot of work, people. So applause to Mr. Greenwood. Putting all this together, putting all this components together, having videos roll in the middle of a live stream while also trying to co-host. It's a lot. And you pulled it off. And I'm looking forward to, not sleeping in the Savoy tonight. But when we get off here, give me a call. We should talk. I, as the co-host who's not there, am happy that this has happened because it was something. I don't know what it was, but Mike and other people can confirm they heard it too. So with that, I'm ready to say goodnight.
All right. So I'm going to say, I love this man. He's my evil twin, my brother. And I love you all for listening and being our friend. We'll be back. This is a special month. So this episode will come out probably by Monday. This is 2025. So this is October 16th as we record this. By Monday on 2025, this will be out. We'll be back again. We have a lot of events. Go to KillingCityPod.com. Scroll down, and there's a calendar of events, live events and live stream events. That's all it is. Go check that out. Otherwise, every 15th, what is it? It's a new mystery, a new killer cocktail, and a new chance to mock Alex with some kind of bullshit. All right. Have a great one. Thank you, my brother. I love you. Take care.
Sweet dreams, brother.
Oh, did I kill the music doing that?
You did.
Shoot.
All right.
Well, okay, we're just going to turn this. Wait, no. Let me do the music. Stay tuned at the end for the morning wrap up. Special thanks to the Tipsy Ghost. Special thanks to Ryan Mabey. Special thanks to Ernie Nolan from Unicorn Theater. And thank you, Unicorn Theater, for being a sponsor of this episode.
And thanks to Laura. Don't forget
Laura. My God, I forgot. How could I forget Laura?
All right. Night, boy.
Good morning, everybody. Well, is it a good morning? I guess it depends on, did you get any sleep? Did you get any rest? You are alive, my friend. So let's lead with that.
I am alive.
You are alive. You survived room 505.
I did. I survived 505. I have to report, everyone, that I had a great time. We did our show, which went, I thought, just great. Anyway, so here's what happened. We did the show and it went great. Tipsy Ghost folks were great. Laura Ellis was wonderful. And we had our interviews with Ryan Mabey, our interview with Ernie Nolan, and that went great. And a buddy of mine who's not far away, he said, hey, I'm not too far away. My buddy Mike, he says, you want me to just come down? We'll have a drink. So we met in the bar, had a drink, had 2 drinks, but it was a great time. Wonderful bartender staff here at the Savoy. Reese, shout out to Reese, just a fantastic bartender and lovely person. And she took good care of us. And Mike and I talked for a couple hours, I think, because I was like, well, I got to get back by midnight to do my check-in. Right.
Yep.
I came back and here's what I wanted to see. So I came back and all my toiletries were exactly where I'd left them. Nothing got moved around. There was nothing different about the room at all. It was exactly as I left it, as far as I could remember. Aside from the weird sounds that allegedly occurred during the show, that was it. So I came back and I said goodbye to Mike and I said, have a great one. Thanks, pal. And we had a great time. And, but neither one, he could attest to this. We were happy, but we weren't blotto crazy drunk or anything. And he left and I was like, okay, well, it came up on close to midnight. And I was like, I got to do my check-in. Could not log in to Facebook to post anything to save my life. I was like, the heck, man? So I couldn't even post a link to tell everybody where to go. Now, part of that is definitely operator error. I probably had one drink too many. It was I just could not figure out how to make things work when I got a little bit of a roadblock from trying to log in here. I just probably didn't think, well, use your phone and do this. And I was just like, ugh. And there's nothing to tell anyway. So I basically told people, I didn't mean to be curt if I was just frustrated online. I just said, I'm sorry, I can't make it, but we're good. And then the 3 a.m. just was a non-starter because, well, one, I just slept through a lot of it. Nothing woke me up. Nothing changed. I threw my cat balls on the floor. They did not move. Again, no toiletries moved. I've gotten up this morning and the only weird thing, my brother, was this. So next to the bed, and I did not, by the way, there's a TV. I did not turn the TV on at all. This is the remote. And there's a phone by the bed. Little nice looking, elegant phone. And I didn't call anybody, but I woke up, and this is what's weird. I went to bed north and south, right?
Your head where the headboard is.
Head's where the headboard is. I woke up and my whole body was east and west. Now that's anything, right? But here's the weirder part. And I'm like, I'm uncomfortable. Why am I'm east and west and what's going on here? And then I was like, what's under my back? I was sleeping on these 2 things.
So
I don't know what that means.
You having a, what shall we say? We don't want to say nocturnal transgression.
Let's it beats an admission. I don't know. It was.
Or was it the room 505 bad juju? The bad juju.
Okay, so let's talk about the weird stuff. The weird stuff. There was some kind of noise during the show that I've not played.
You haven't heard the tape yet.
Not yet.
I'm looking forward to that.
What did you hear again? Tell me
It
in the
sounded
cold light.
kind of like running water and somebody like messing with pipes at this, like water pipes at the same
Well,
time.
that could have been my next door people in the next room.
Well, the weird part was I could hear it. People on the stream could hear it. The only person who could not hear it was you.
I didn't hear a thing.
And I know you wanted to accuse me of sandbagging you and gaslighting you. I did not do anything like that. So.
Okay, fair. Well, I'll listen to that. We'll talk about that for years to come, I'm sure. So I had that, but here's the deal. I didn't have some strange hag standing over me. There's no wet spots on the floor like somebody came out of a bathtub. There's no there was no weird knocks at the door. There's nothing. And the only weird things was, as I mentioned, waking up in a different position. That's what she said. And on top of these things, which is weird.
And you're in your, we won't say exactly how old, but you're in your 50s. Has this ever happened to you before?
That I woke up and didn't know what happened the night before? Decidedly. Yes.
On top of a phone, on top of a remote. Well, I know in the 20s that happened a lot, but
No, not that I can think of. Now, that's not to say it just never happened. So, but I'm going to say this is by no means. I'm getting ready to give myself a headache. Here we go. I'm going to turn on my light here. Well, I thought it was. Oh, never mind. That's going off. Goodbye. Oh Lord, sorry, man. Sorry. But no, I mean, I will say, as far as hotel stays, great hotel stay, very comfortable, nice amenities. If you just want to stay in a room that has a little bit of that ghostly ambiance, it's lovely in that regard. Good view.
I really think we need to challenge our listeners. Some of our listeners need to stay in room 505 and do their own reporting.
I agree.
We need a larger sample size.
We do.
Need random sample size to make this statistically valid.
Right. Well, and speaking of samples, I did walk around with the.
What was the blue? That would seem like that was the scariest thing you saw all night. Was when you turned the blue light on the carpet.
And I don't know where that. Where did it go? By the way, I got up this morning early looking for it. I couldn't even find the light, and I'm like, well, that's funny. And I thought my buddy Mike must have taken it, which is terrible. No, it was under like some clothes or something. I did, and I have a video. I guess we'll try to put that in here of me walking around the room
too, so people can watch it on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, so I'll just say there are some spots that are like the bed didn't. There's nothing on the bed which is great.
Thank God.
Well, yeah, I mean the Savoy folks, they take care of business. The carpet is a different thing, and I have to do more research, but there's people who know way better, like the Tipsy Ghost gals. We should ask them, but they know way better than we do that there are certain. There's certain things that will stain and under a blue light, right? And I imagine it has something to do with how much the proteins that are involved in whatever's spilled, like if it's blood or other things. But there are some spots, but I don't do that to like shame the Savoy folks or say anything. This is a lovely hotel, and if you're in Kansas City, it's in a nice part of town. It's relatively quiet. Honestly, it's kind of on the north. You tell me. We're like on the northeast edge of downtown, but really, right? Is that more or less true?
More northwest, but yeah.
Is it northwest? Is it?
Yeah, because it's west of Main Street.
Okay, fair. But it's
a very quiet block. There's not a whole lot of action on that block. It's not like Power and Light. It's not like any of that area at all.
Not at all. And if you're going to stay in town, you go party there and then Uber back here, and you're great. There's down the street. There's what is that building down the street? We did that on our tour. Oops, where did I go? What building is it? You know?
Are you talking about the Colonel Swope's? That's his office building.
Colonel Swope's office building, right?
When he went to work every day into his 80s, he went to work on the streetcar right before he died. He would take the streetcar from downtown Independence to that building, and those are apartments now.
Right, and I can look out this window and I can see it down there. And it's like called the Crossroads. Oh, what happened? Sorry. Is it the Crossroads? This AI. Sorry, I'm being a loser, but this is supposed to make there we go. Anyway, it's like the Crossroads. It's not the Lofts, but something, right? It's Crossroads something.
Yeah.
But I got to say I had a great dinner last night. However, there was one more strange thing. Here's the video.
Weirdness. This is weird. I missed it because, of course, my phone was off. This ball lit up over here. So I was taking my clothes off to go to bed, and then this bod started lighting up. It was weird. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I'm done, and then this did this, and I was not over here. I was over here taking my pants off to go slide into bed, and this happened. I don't know what that means, if anything. Just telling you that happened. All right. Doesn't mean anything. Okay.
So, no real idea what that was. We now return you to our show in progress. And wonderful drinks. And like this morning, I'm going to have a lovely breakfast. I'm going to take my time. I'm in no rush. I don't have to work today.
Lucky bastard.
Yeah, I know, right? Ostensibly, I don't, although work called me 3 times yesterday, but that's okay.
That's how it rolls. Well, thanks for putting all this together. I mean, honestly, I know we like to rib each other a lot, but that was a lot of work. You did an amazing job. Just telling Kelly after we got offline last night that, trying to talk and be a co-presenter and trying to roll tapes and trying to see who's showing up in the queue to talk to, that's a lot. That's a lot of juggling.
Thank you.
It went really well. I appreciate it. I am more happy today than I was yesterday that I did not join you on this. It was nice to be 400 miles away.
Yeah, you should say you actually were not even at the green room. You had to travel for business, and
I had to travel for work. I'm in Minneapolis.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but so behind you is just some generic.
That's fake. I'm in my Verbo. We're in a Verbo this weekend, so.
And you didn't get a lot of great sleeps. You had a rougher night.
My ghost was lots of traffic. Lots of traffic. Where are these people going at 3:00 in the morning, and why are they, throttling it past my window? I don't know.
I think we heard once or twice last night. I think I could hear. I didn't hear any weird water dripping, but I heard traffic go by your Verbo. Yeah.
Well, I'm heard like somebody hears a siren. It's like, yeah, that's me. That's just this road is
right.
But
well, listen, man. It was a blast. I want to thank everybody who joined us and stuck it out. And thanks again to our guests, Laura Ellis, the Tipsy Ghost Gals, Sarah, Lindsay, and Sarah, Ernie Nolan, Ryan Maybe, and who am I missing? Am I missing anybody?
Well, your buddy Mike, what a good friend he was just to show up and hang out with you. That was
Mike Brown, thank you. Heck of a job, Brownie. Thanks for showing up. And we had a good time together. We did. We had a good time.
All right, my man. Until next time, maybe we will meet the Tipsy Ghost. They do a live stream there. I will come down to the lobby and have a drink with them. I'm not going upstairs though.
Oh, you got to. They are such a scream. I love the Tipsy Ghost Gals. And anyway, hey everybody. Again, don't forget we are always recruiting people to be part of the Black Hand Club, the Speakeasy Club, the whole thing. Be sure to check out killingcitypod.com for more information about that. Go to our Substack, which is something approximating that same address, but there's links in the show notes for all of this stuff. And again, thanks to Ernie Nolan, thanks to Tess and the gang at Unicorn Theater for being a sponsor of this episode. It was so great. Go see the Jean Benet game at the Unicorn. It's playing all the way till November 2nd, 2025.
Sounds good. Get some sleep.
I think I shall. Good night. Good morning. Good afternoon. Safe travels.
Thank you.